The Ford EcoSport has always been a bit of an underdog. Compact, affordable, and utilitarian, it wasn't built to impress, it was built to move people affordably. But in 2026, that underdog got a serious makeover. This isn't just a refresh or a minor facelift. The 2026 Ford EcoSport has been redesigned from the ground up, and while it may not scream performance like some of the vehicles we cover here on Build and Burn, it represents something crucial in today's automotive landscape, the evolution of entry-level practicality into something smarter, sharper, and far more capable. Let's start where it all begins: the platform. The new EcoSport is now built on Ford's updated B2E platform, shared with the European Puma and Fiesta, but tailored specifically for North American roads. That means a tighter chassis, better road manners, and improved crash safety standards. The wheelbase is slightly longer, improving interior space, while the suspension geometry has been retuned for more composure, especially at highway speeds. The previous gen EcoSport often felt bouncy, overly stiff in the wrong ways, and twitchy in corners. That's gone. In its place is a ride that feels composed, predictable, and just a touch more refined than you'd expect from a subcompact crossover. Under the hood, Ford offers two powertrain options. The base model is powered by a 1.5-litre 3-cylinder turbocharged EcoBoost engine producing 150 horsepower and 162 pounds-to-feet of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission that replaces the old 6-speed, offering smoother shifts and better fuel economy. With this setup, the EcoSport feels peppy enough for city driving, with enough torque in the low end to climb hills without drama. The second option is a 2.0-litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, good for 166 horsepower and 155 pounds-to-feet. It's less about speed and more about simplicity, with fewer moving parts and more durability over time. This engine comes with standard all-wheel drive, while the 1.5-litre variant comes front-wheel drive by default, with AWD optional. There's no hybrid yet, though Ford has hinted at a mild hybrid variant arriving in late 2026, aimed at markets with stricter emissions regulations. For now, both engines deliver mid-30s MPG on the highway and mid-20s in the city, depending on configuration. But let's move inside. If you've spent any time in the outgoing EcoSport, you'll remember a plasticky, cramped interior with clunky infotainment and awkward ergonomics. The 2026 model changes all that. This new cabin is clean, functional, and surprisingly upscale for the price point. There's a 12-inch touch screen standard across all trims, running Sync 5 software. That means wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto updates, integrated Alexa support, and a much faster, smoother interface. Below that, physical climate controls return something many drivers will appreciate. Materials have been upgraded significantly. Soft touch surfaces wrap the dash and upper door panels. The center console has been reworked for better storage, with sliding cup holders, a wireless phone charging pad, and USB-C ports front and rear. The seats are new, too thicker padding, better bolstering, and optional synthetic leather upholstery with contrast stitching that actually looks premium. Interior space is up as well. Rear passengers benefit from extra legroom, and the cargo area has grown by nearly 10%. Fold-flat rear seats create a surprisingly usable load floor, and there's now an optional power liftgate rarity in this segment. Sound insulation has improved dramatically. On the road, the EcoSport feels quieter, more planted, and less buzzy than before. Road noise is well managed, and wind noise around the A-pillars has been reduced with better sealing and a more aerodynamic shape. Speaking of shape, let's talk exterior. The 2026 EcoSport doesn't try to be flashy. It doesn't have the dramatic roof lines or exaggerated fender flares of larger SUVs. Instead, it leans into a clean, cohesive design that works from every angle. The grille is wider and more confident, flanked by LED headlights standard across all trims. The hood has more sculpting now, giving the car a stronger face without becoming aggressive. The side profile features smoother lines and fewer unnecessary creases. Wheel options range from 16 to 18 inches, with a new two-tone 17-inch alloy design that gives the car a slightly sportier posture. The blacked-out roof option remains, now available on more trims, giving customers more room to personalize. Out back, the rear swing gate is gone. That's right, Ford finally ditched the side-hinged tailgate that caused frustration in parking lots across the country. In its place, a conventional liftgate with integrated lighting and a cleaner overall design. LED taillights are now standard, and the bumper design is more integrated, with subtle black cladding that adds just a hint of ruggedness. Ground clearance sits at a respectable 7.9 inches, giving the EcoSport some light off-road capability for gravel roads, snow, or camping trips. It's not a Bronco Sport, but it doesn't pretend to be. As for tech and safety, Ford's throwing in a lot more than you might expect for the money. Every EcoSport now comes standard with Ford Co-Pilot 360. That includes automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, lane keeping assist, and a rear view camera. Step up to higher trims, and you unlock adaptive cruise control with stop and go, a 360-degree camera, traffic sign recognition, and park assist. There's even a new digital key system that lets you unlock and start the car with your phone. Combine that with the Ford Pass app and you can remotely start, locate, and monitor your EcoSport from anywhere. Ford's taken a clear stance here. Just because it's a small crossover doesn't mean it should be stripped down. Now let's talk trims. The lineup has been simplified. You've got the base Eco, the mid-tier Active, and the top-spec ST line. The Eco is surprisingly well equipped. You get the big touchscreen, LED lights, cloth seats, push-button start, and all the safety tech. No more poverty spec. The Active trim adds roof rails, heated seats, dual-zone climate, and an upgraded audio system. The ST line is where things get interesting. While it doesn't offer more power, the ST line adds a sportier suspension tune, black exterior accents, red interior stitching, a flat-bottom steering wheel, and 18-inch black wheels. It's more appearance than performance, but it does give the EcoSport a little more personality. And for a car in this class, that matters. Pricing starts at just under $23,000 for the Eco trim. The Active comes in around $25,000, and the ST line tops out near $28,000 with all options checked. That puts it squarely in competition with the high-end iVenue, Kia Soul, Nissan Kicks, and even some base trims of the Honda HR-V and Mazda CX-30. Where it wins is balance. The EcoSport isn't the fastest, the roomiest, or the flashiest. But it hits a sweet spot of size, tech, comfort, and affordability that a lot of buyers are looking for right now. It's more mature, more refined, and less quirky than before. And it's a huge improvement over the old model. Let's talk about how it drives. The steering is light but precise. There's not a lot of feedback, but there's enough to place the car confidently through corners. Body roll is well controlled, especially in the ST line, and the retuned suspension makes a big difference on imperfect pavement. It soaks up bumps better and recovers quicker from dips or potholes. Throttle response is smooth, especially with the turbocharged 1.5. It's not a hot hatch, but it's enough to make merging or passing on the highway feel natural. The 8-speed auto is well matched to the engine, with smarter shift logic and less hunting between gears compared to the old 6-speed. Brakes are solid. Pedal feel is linear, and stopping distances are competitive for the class. With all-wheel drive, the EcoSport feels more confident in rain or snow, though you still won't want to take it rock crawling anytime soon. Noise levels are down, visibility is up, and the overall drive experience is just better in every measurable way. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Ford EcoSport isn't trying to be something it's not. It's not trying to outgun the Bronco or steal Mustang sales. It's a small, affordable crossover designed to make daily life easier. Grocery runs, commutes, weekend road trips, first-time buyers, retirees, small families. It fits into people's lives without making a fuss. But what's different now is that it does all of that without feeling cheap or outdated. It looks good. It drives better. It's loaded with tech. It's safer than ever. And finally, it doesn't feel like an afterthought in Ford's lineup. There's even talk of a hybrid all-wheel drive version coming to take on Toyota's Corolla Cross Hybrid and Honda's HR-V. If Ford pulls that off with the same attention to balance and refinement, the EcoSport might finally be more than just an entry-level choice. It could be a genuine smart buy. So no, it's not a Mustang or an F-150 Raptor. But in a world where practicality and price matter more than ever, the 2026 Ford EcoSport does what it needs to and does it well. Sometimes, a quiet comeback is the most impressive kind.